And you want to know the really foul part about this whole situation and with this information is that they will never teach you this. Schools won't teach you this. Church won't teach you this. Nobody's going to teach you this. You have to find this information for yourself. But I'm going to break it down for you real quick. But on the real, guys, if you don't learn these 10 things, life is going to teach you the hard way. Please believe that. So do yourself a favor and stick around and learn this real quick, because life is going to teach you the hard way if you don't. Let me save you some time. Number 10, extreme measures equals extreme results. Everybody that y'all look up to, the Kobe Bryants, the Tom Brady's, all these athletes, all these people, when you look into their lives, they look like they're crazy. They look like they're maniacs. And that's why they get the extreme results that they get, is because they're borderline crazy. You have to do insane things in order to get insane results. There's no way around it. So if you want to be rich, if you want to be successful, you have to be prepared to put in the work and do something that is so out of pocket, something that's so wild, so consistent, that people start looking at you with the side eye. They start wondering what's wrong with you, because you're putting in so much work and you're giving in so much effort. So in order to get that life that is extraordinary, you're going to have to put in extraordinary work. Number 9, you're going to have to remind yourself every day who you are, because it's a constant battle. Every single day you're going to struggle with your identity. You're going to struggle with your goals. And you have to look yourself in the mirror every single day and remind yourself. This is why goals are so important. This is why you have to set goals, because if you don't have any direction, you will never get anywhere in life. And so goals are a way of you reminding yourself, yo, this is who I am and this is what I want. And you have to do this every single day. I've studied so many successful people. I've studied all these rich people. I've read hundreds of books and I spent so many hours on it. And they all have goals. You ever wonder why they never teach you about goals in school, or they don't make it a focal point? It's because, honestly, they don't know this stuff. The people that are the higher level people, the people that are the higher ups, they know this. You have to remind yourself who you are, and you have to believe in that person. Number 8 is that you have to aim to impress yourself. You don't have to impress anybody else, because no matter what you do in this life, there's always going to be somebody above you. There's always going to be somebody doing better. So the person that you need to impress the most is the person that you were in the past. If you can look back last year and feel like you're better than that version of yourself, then you're actually winning. Don't worry about comparing yourself with anybody. Forget what everybody else is doing, because it does not matter. That's not your story. Your story has to do about you constantly improving. Number 7 is how you do one thing is how you're going to do everything else. So if you think that you want to be successful, but you slack off in your job and you don't give maximum effort, I'm sorry to tell you that you're not going to be successful at all. If you want to be a millionaire, but you can't keep your car clean, you can't keep your room clean, you can't wake up on time, you're not going to be successful. It's the unfortunate reality. How you do the little things is how the big things are going to turn out for you. There's no avoiding this. It is infinitely more difficult to go on a positive streak than it is to go on a negative streak. And you know this. It's way easier for you to binge on food, to watch things you know you're not supposed to be watching, to do things you know you're not supposed to be doing, than it is to create a steady streak of positive habits. Number 6, there's a cure for depression, and the cure for depression is action. You see, the less you do, the more you get in your head. The less you do, the more you get in your head. So if you feel depressed and you feel down, it's because you're not taking enough action. You have to distract yourself into not even having the time to think about the things that are bringing you down. And that's just the facts. Number 5, you have to listen to your conscience. We all have that inner voice that tells us, yo, don't do that. Or, yo, maybe you should do this. Always listen to that. It is never wrong. If you actually listen to your gut, sometimes I feel like the gut is smarter than the brain. Whatever it tells you to do or not to do, you need to listen to it, because it is always guiding you in the right direction. Number 4, be your own best friend. Don't worry about nobody else, man. Be your number 1 cheerleader. Love yourself. Believe in yourself. Because if you don't, you're never going to get any positive motion in life. We've all had that one person that hypes us up that makes us feel good about ourselves. Well, imagine if you had that person around with you 24/7, and you can, and you do. It's yourself. You just have to change your internal dialogue to be positive, to be your own best friend, to actually believe in yourself, and it's going to make amazing changes when it comes to your life. Number 3, you should always be operating from a value surplus. You should always give more than you take. You should always be bigger than where you're currently at. That's the only way you'll ever be successful in this life. I saw this video, it was kind of sad. It was of a young dude saying that you should never work hard at your job because they only pay you a certain amount. How can you get paid more if you don't do more than what you're asked to do? The people that do more and exceed expectations, those are the ones that win. So you have to have a mindset that you're always going to be bigger than your space. You're always going to do more than is expected. And that's how you win the game of life. That's how you level up, by being bigger than your current environment, being bigger than your current space. Number 2 is that life is a game. And if you learn the rules, you could win the game. There's rules for money. There's rules for fitness. There's rules for business. There's rules for social life. If you understand these rules and the principles in each area that you want to level up in, and you follow them, you could win that game. If you do well overall, you could win the game of life. And the number one thing they don't teach you and that you need to learn is that life is hard, so you need to stop expecting it to be easy. That's the way this whole system is set up. If you want to have a good body, you're going to have to work out hard. You're going to have to eat well. That's difficult. You want to have a successful business, you're going to have to grind your ass off. That is difficult. Look, you're always going to be frustrated if you think that life is supposed to be a cakewalk. But if you embrace the hard, if you embrace the difficult things, then guess what? That becomes your new normal. And if you could embrace things being difficult, then that's how you win the game of life. There's no way around it. Life is hard. You need to stop expecting it to be easy. With all that being said, that's a quick 10 things that they never teach you, and that if you don't learn, life is going to teach you the hard way anyway. Keep going, keep hustling, and you'll get there.